6'10", number 3, Anthony Davis.
And these teams have been prepping for the season tip-off game for months, Grant.
Oh, and for the players, the main feeling on opening night is relief. You know, BA, all that hard work during the offseason and preseason is finally over. And now it's time to have some fun.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jamal Murray out there with Austin Reeves. Then there's Avdia. Then it's Alexander Sarr. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the power forward. Now here's Avdia. Murray for three. Duran with the rebound.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And after some uncertainty, the Timberwolves moving forward under new governorship doors.
Boy, BA, that sale process was long and obviously at times quite contentious. I believe the organization has to be thrilled that that is finally in the past, because what you want to do is focus on trying to continue the Wolves' recent run of success. There's a lot to be excited about with this young group.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the score by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 5. Here's Murray. Again, the miss by Murray.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Sharp passes to Davis. Davis drawing the double team. Launches it. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the T-Wolves. Last time they met in Minneapolis.
Turnovers were the story of that game. It wasn't what I would call a disciplined performance. Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
The three, James. He can't get it to go. Tie game in Los Angeles. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
They've got Keyshawn George, Zion Williamson out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Andrew Nembhard, and it's Porter in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter.
Yeah, when Davis gets that kind of positioning inside, he is pretty much automatic.
Well, Grant, how do you slow down Zion Williamson?
Oh, glad I didn't have to, B.A. Obviously, you've got to play him for the drive and keep him in front of you. And when he gets anywhere near the paint, you have to bring the help.
Now here's George. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Banked it in off the glass.
Reliable approach. Getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Pass to Graham. Back to McCollum. Launches it from deep. Minnesota again missing. The Lakers lead by 4. Williamson passes to Nembhard. Davis probing. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. Jalen Duran, he's checked in for Zion Williamson. LeBron comes in for George. Sharp, he's checked in for Michael Porter. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Nembhard. And then for Minnesota, Antetokounmpo is checked in for Grant. Avdia comes in for Reeves. And Jamal Murray is subbed in for C.J. McCollum. James inside. Outside Sharp. Here's the three. Nails it from 3. Sharp's got himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Well, thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming.
You know, right now for Minnesota, you really get to see what they're made of. After your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Lakers.
Their offense is running.
Thanks for tuning in.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Timberwolves trail by 6. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Austin Reeves, Alexander Sarr out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then it's Denny Avdia, and it's Murray in at the 1. Here's Sarr, and that one's good with extra effort on the glass.
And the long arms of Sarr on full display. You gotta keep this kid off the offensive glass.
Back to James. 3-pointer. The triple. LeBron James.
Well, these are the plays he's looking to make every single trip up the floor. Very offensive-minded guy.
Antetokounmpo against Davis. Count it. Antetokounmpo has gotten his first points in this one.
Oh, man, the balance of muscle Giannis possesses is tremendous. Phenomenal at scoring on physical defenses.
Here's James. Again, Los Angeles.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams had the toughest defenses this past season. 5th, the Timberwolves.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the T-Wolves. 7-point differential. There's a screen. Back to Reeves. That one is off. Good D by Sharp.
Boy, just tremendous effort on defense. That's a clear message from him. No easy buckets.
Pass to Duran. Outside for Davis. They grab their own miss. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Tries again. And it's James inside.
Well, it's the skill set and the strength of LeBron James. It'll be interesting to see how his shot profile breaks down when it's all said and done.
A clear look for Antetokounmpo. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. A lot of firepower at the forward with LeBron at the 3 and Davis at the 4. Suggs is out there with Shaedon Sharpe. And it's Duran in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Laker 5. Yes, sir! That one goes!
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
Here's Sharpe. Now James puts up the tray. Cash from downtown.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Yes, sir! That one's good!
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Now Duran. James deciding where to go with it. Jacks up a 3! Oh, the feathery touch! Dropped it right over the rim.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Antetokounmpo driving in. Yes, sir! Banking in the layup. Here's James. Well, Grant, this game looks just about over.
BA, all they really need to do is just work that clock, don't turn it over, and this game is a wrap.
Avdia with a steal.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And that's an intentional foul.
Austin Reed, second personal foul. Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
For the Lakers, 2 shots.
And so both free throws good, and it's an 8-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Minnesota. 11 seconds left to play in the fourth. All right, guys, what do you think?
It's an opportunity for a teaching moment. I'm sure Coach will waste no time making his points.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Reed.
Los Angeles picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving.
Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight.
There's so much excitement for these teams and for their fan bases on day one of the season.
That's typical for all fan bases on the opening day of the season. I mean, the whole season is in front of you. Optimism runs high for just about everybody.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Powell is out there with Vaughn. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Back to SGA. And the layup falls.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander following LaMelo Ball's 3. Booker, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now Hero. The kick out to Ball. Off target from outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Celtics. It's a 3-point game. Connects from 3-point range. SGA's got his second bucket of the night.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain it.
Ball with it. His last outing, he had 24 points. Again, Ball missing. Tie game in Boston. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. George out there with LaMelo Ball. Then it's Zach LaVine, and there's Porzingis. It's Najee in at the power forward. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you. Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Kevin, back to you.
You got it, making the commitment. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Cunningham's shot is off.
He just missed it. He's typically solid from mid-range.
Outside, George. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Denver passing it around. There's Ball with the 3. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Boston trailing. Outside, Barrett. And here's Cunningham. Takes it inside. Back to Barrett. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Najee. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter. And the dunk by Porzingis.
But what an athlete this Porzingis kid is. Man, I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
Şengün passes to Barrett over George. And Barrett with the basket on the assist by Şengün. And that'll do it for the first half of the competitive game so far. Nuggets lead by 2. And let's hear from Allie. All right, Allie, thank you. And folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
And let's do something we never, ever, ever do. And that's go off topic.
What topic?
So we don't have a topic, Shaq?
Swinging back over to that first half for the Celtics now. They're in a tight one.
How have they kept it this close?
And that about wraps it up.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nice game. Great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they asked him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
They've got Cunningham and Booker out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Julius Randle, and it's Adebayo in at the 5. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Defensive foul.
You know, possessing outstanding height in his position, Ball excels at using that size and his body control to convert through contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Skillful make inside by Booker, able to find his spot for the finish.
Ball, no good. Boston's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Booker's shot is good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Ball. And Adebayo sends it back.
Oh, great instincts from Bam. Such a high IQ defender.
It's out ahead and finishes the job. Devin Booker.
And that trip played out perfectly for them.
Under on the wing. He's defended by Randle. Back to Ball. Latrey. Good on the triple. Ball's got 11 points.
He will not think twice about letting it fly if Ball gets a look that he likes.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 8. To the right side. Randle from outside. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Celtics out in front. They're up by 1. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So on the floor for Denver, Franz Wagner is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Gilgeous-Alexander against Ball. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it down. Boston leading by 3. Here's Adebayo. Oh, great touch off the pass.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
And so David Adelman calls the timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. There was a sense of urgency. Coach said, quote, "We are right there, guys. Just stay together and trust one another. Let's take this one." Guys, let's see how that message resonates with the team.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Rebounded by Randall.
Rough start for him, for sure. He needs to make a shot just to gain some confidence.
Here's Adebayo. Strong move off the glass.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Now Powell for 3. It's off. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
And it's SGA penetrating. And that one dropped.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
That one is off. Now here's Randall. So it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that about wraps it up. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Downtown Los Angeles. That's the location for the Celtics. An MVP winner in this league, the great SGA. He'll be a major factor tonight as they prepare to light it up in Los Angeles during this historic crosstown rivalry. Celtics, Lakers, up next on 2K Sports. Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. Cunningham is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Booker in at the 2 guard. This is opening night for both of these squads. What are these games like to play in, Richard?
It's so much fun. You put in so much work in the offseason to improve, to get better, and now it's your opportunity to show it.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Randall can't hit. Richard, it's hard to believe, but this is already LeBron's 8th season with the Lakers.
Yeah, surpassing his first 7 seasons with the Cavs. And look, this is his longest consecutive streak with one team. And he's got a championship to show for it.
Davis, that's good.
This is what Davis does, people. He has a wide variety of ways to score. Very few bigs can handle like that.
Now here's Randall. Against Chicago, he was really on his game. SGA passes to Cunningham. The three-pointer off the mark. Now Los Angeles moving it up. That one's good from James on the assist from Suggs.
Still moving down the floor like a freight train. LeBron remains a force on the break.
Outside Adebayo. Pass to Booker. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And here's Sharp from downtown. The shot no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers ahead. They lead by 4. And we'll return shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got R.J. Barrett, Alperon Şengün out there with Mobley. Then there's Cunningham, and it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. Davis can't hit.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot. Anthony Davis talked about what motivates him. He said championships, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard. All that stuff matters the most to me. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but my legacy will win that battle every time. DA, back to you.
Priority straight. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Porter from outside. And Cunningham pulls it down. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 2. Last time they met in Boston.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
And no team is going to shoot 50% every night, but this team has the right approach. When the shots are falling, they can light it up.
Cunningham on the wing. Cunningham, confident in his range.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Here's Nembhard. Good on the 13-footer.
Taking full advantage of a gap in the mid-range coverage.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Celtics out in front, leading by a point. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief...
You take a look at the Lakers. I've hung with these guys in the offseason. They're better than people think, but they still got to prove it.
Yeah, high hopes for them and for their fans as well. Now moving on to the Boston Celtics and the close first half they played.
Well, they're executing well, and that's big.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
A lot of firepower at the forward with LeBron at the 3 and Davis at the 4. Suggs is out there with Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Duren in at the center position. That's the group for J.J. Redick getting going here in the second half. Outside Sharpe, 6 on the shot clock. Davis from long range. Davis showing his range.
It's the confidence I love when Davis just catches it and shoots it. He doesn't second-guess himself. He just lets it fly.
And Richard Coach J.J. Redick coming under criticism for how he handled substitution patterns in last year's playoffs.
Look, he did an amazing job in guiding them to the 3rd seed. And look, they just ran out of gas against a better Minnesota team. Players wish they had shots back, and so do coaches sometimes.
James passes to Sharpe. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. This James on the wing. Ooh, that's easy work for LeBron inside.
Look, the moment he gets it anywhere near the hoop, look, it is over. Just too much strength, too much touch, either hand.
Steps back. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Duren. The Lakers lead by 4. James deciding where to go with it. LeBron, attack mode. Here's Suggs. And that one no good to start off the night. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Los Angeles up by 4. And when we return, and it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. We've got Cade Cunningham, Devin Booker out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Randall in at the 4-man position. Now Sharpe tries it from 7. Yes, sir!
And his athleticism is big for Sharpe in the post. He can finish with either hand as well, so he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach challenging the team to play faster. He emphasized the main focus is that first pass off a turnover or a rebound. Make it quicker to get the ball out and into transition. Let's see if those words actually work.
Okay, thanks, Allie. SGA with it, and Davis picks him up defensively. Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
There's so many facets to SGA's game. He's equally good from all 3 levels.
Now Duren.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duren makes for an easy target on the lob.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Suggs pulls it down. Off on the layup.
Aggressive move. I know he wishes he had that one back.
Yes, sir, with the 3.
Check out Booker rising to meet the challenge. He wants so badly to deliver for his team.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here. And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Pretty much, they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander nails it.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, can't allow them to dribble out the time.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3. But they'll probably try for a 2. But if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
Randall outside to take the lead. So it's a narrow victory for the Lakers. Pulling it out for the W. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.